Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin.
Ameen.
Okay. Shukran. Yeah, I'm glad you gave that to me. And so that y'all can hear it. Alright. First I want to thank Sister Till for inviting me to come in and speak. For many of you probably don't know that I've been a school teacher in the public school system for 26 years at the same school. So I've seen a lot of things going on. Alright? And what I want to do is kind of show you some of the things that I've been seeing over the years, because I've been doing this research for over 20 years. And some people think they know what this system is about, but they don't. This system is very deep. All right? And every day I find something, the hole goes deeper and deeper. Okay? But I want you to see this. So tonight's topic is Entertainment's War on Family Values. All right? And let's first define entertainment. Entertainment, the act of entertaining, agreeable occupation for the mind, diversion, amusement, something affording pleasure, diversion or amusement, especially a performance of some kind. So, entertainment is not just what we think it is. We think it's just something we have fun and that kind of thing. No. They use this entertainment industry to do a lot of things to us. All right, and one thing in the definition is when you see diversion. Okay, because the word entertain means to distract, to take your mind off of the important things that's going on. All right, but now let's go to the Quran. And in Surah 29, verse 64 says, "What is the life of this world but amusement and play? But verily the home in the hereafter, that is life indeed, if they but knew." So when we take and we put that word in for amusement, it's entertainment. What is this world? It's nothing but entertainment. Okay? Now, what's another name for a television show? Another name for a television show is a television what? Program. Because what they're doing is they're actually programming you. All right? They're programming you to accept ideas that you would have never accepted before. And they bombard us with a lot of stuff, a lot of filth. Okay? Now let's look at what the word program means. It means to insert instructions into a machine or apparatus. What's the machine? It's us, right? All right, so they're inserting instructions or ideas into us to cause or to absorb or incorporate automatic responses, attitudes, or the like, to condition. Why do you think they bombard us with so much homosexuality? Okay? And see, people don't realize that homosexuality is actually a form of genocide. Because if I turn you against your mate, you won't reproduce. Okay? But now watch, because this is going to get really interesting. All right? To set, regulate, or modify so as to produce a specific response or reaction. So this is why it's so important to learn how to read and know words so that you know what's being said, what's being communicated. All right? But now,
can that get clearer?
Let me see. Yeah, I think it's more so the light.
The light, right.
Yeah, the lights.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to show you an example of what I mean in terms of programming. Because through programming, they can make you believe anything. This system can make you believe anything. Look how they've made people think that Muslims are violent. Okay, and we're some of the most peaceful people on the planet. All right, but now here we go. Check this out. Let's see. First clip.
First, the severe flooding here in the Northeast as more rain continues to fall today. NBC's Michelle Kaczynski, I guess she's in the canoe, is in Wayne, New Jersey this morning.
Yes.
Michelle, good morning to you.
Good morning. Well, obviously we're getting a nice break from the rain, but not the flooding. This is essentially now part of the Passaic River in this neighborhood. It rushed in yesterday from the street, and it's really tough to control a canoe or a boat when you're out in it. It's much deeper back there because this is really moving. And as it started to get into people's homes, they started realizing it's time to get out of here. And in some areas today, more people are expected to leave as river levels crest. You know, after so many days of this, though, it's getting harder for people to take it in stride. In fact, in New Hampshire, the governor said in his state alone, the amount of damage is now in the tens of thousands of dollars.
But now, had those people not walked past, we would have thought this was some big flood. Okay, but these are the games that they play with us. Okay? But now let me show you this next thing. Well, the thing is, they control your perception. And when somebody controls your perception, they have you. All right? But now watch. Let me show you this. This is a mom talking about her 12-year-old son. All right? Clip from the documentary.
Please, your God. Boy, you do good things too hard. Here I come, this my final time. You wasn't expecting this, boy.
My son is addicted and obsessed with violent video games.
I hear your guns.
Video games are my son's #1 priority.
He plays when he wants, where he wants, and for as long as he wants.
He has stayed on for up to 20 hours. He never comes out of his room to eat with us, but he will yell out from his room, "Peasant, bring me a plate."
Come to me immediately. I request backup immediately.
The two games that he really likes to play the most are Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite. He gets very excited about the number of kills because the more kills you have, the higher you go in the game. It makes him very aggressive.
Empty it.
His favorite game right now is Grand Theft Auto.
Double barrel.
It is very violent. They rob, shoot, kill, beat.
Empty out.
And what she didn't mention in this game, Grand Theft Auto, they can go on and deal with prostitutes.
Yeah, that's a big part.
Yeah. Okay? But these are the things that we're letting into our homes. Okay? Because a lot of us go out and buy these games for our kids.
That's what she did.
Yeah, and she didn't mention that. Yeah, she went out and bought home the game.
Okay? But now watch. Let's hear a little bit more of this
And
conversation.
everything they do
crazy.
is demeaning to women.
Jiggly, jiggly, I'm coming for the booty.
One of my nephews playing the video games, he's very rude and disrespectful to the people that he's playing online with.
Thank you. You didn't see anything.
He plays the game online with adults, and the language that they use is absolutely horrendous.
Beep, beep. CEO coming through.
I'm gonna kill you, beat the out of you, and piss off.
And that's transferred over to his mom.
When I tell him, watch your language, he'll tell me to shut the up and
Get out.
He will turn over furniture, he breaks dishes, he has basically destroyed his room.
How would you like your death to be? Yes, by name?
these violent games have desensitized him from actual pain and death. He has been bullied. I am scared that he will.
And if you think about it, a lot of the games that they're playing now, they're first-person perspective. So it's like you're going in the game, like you're doing all the shooting and stuff. Okay? But now watch. Here we go.
That he's learned in the game and retaliate, he could become another school shooter.
This is something that I feel like I can deal with in 30 seconds or 3 hours, depending on how I approach this. But if you're so desperate, why did you not write in? Why did your sister write in 9 times?
I guess I'm just complacent to it. I'm used to it.
I feel like I know what's wrong with him. My question is, what's wrong with you?
Right, she's the problem.
You had a 12-year-old child yelling, "Get in here, peasant. Bring me this," and what do?
I do it.
You do it. He locks you out of the house in the freezing rain and holds a sign up to the window, "I will let you in if you go get me Starbucks." And you go get it. Now, come on, help me. I'm just an old country boy. You have to help me understand how this makes sense.
I've been.
But now you see what's happening with our children. The kids in my school, a lot of times, you know, you see a lot of Muslim children, and they know nothing about Islam. Nothing. They're just dressed up. All right? It's almost like Halloween. They're just dressed up as Muslims. And the thing is that I sat them down. What was a good thing that happened was one of the girls, she got the kids together, and for Ramadan, she said, well, let's make salat at school. So this group of kids would come, you know, to my classroom, and I would make salat with them. And when I looked at what was going on, it was beautiful. Because you had these kids, you know, actually praying, you know, acting like Muslims, you know. And the thing was, I was thinking to myself, I was like, dang, you know, why can't things be like this? And the reason why it can't be like this is because we allow somebody to dictate to us what we teach our children. Okay? And the thing is, it goes back to something that Malcolm said when he said, when you put the education of your children in the hands of your enemy, your children will become your enemy. So this is what's happening. So as I started having these little sessions with them, you know, I put them in a little circle, and we just started I would talk to them about Islam, talk to them about Allah. Because I asked them, what is salat for? And they looked at me like, everybody looking at each other. I said, well, what's your concept of Allah? Nothing. Okay, because they haven't been taught. It's not their fault. They haven't been taught. So we have to start teaching our children. Okay, but now, let me switch gears real quick, because I want to show you another. Let me show you this quote by a guy named Henry Frederick Emile. It says, woman is the salvation or destruction of the family. She carries its destinies in the folds of her mantle. Okay? And you think about it. Like I said, our children are being taken away from us. They don't spend as much time with us as they used to, or they should, because everybody's caught up on these phones and stuff. Right? Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the phones and all this technology and stuff, they're calling it digital heroin, because it's like drugs. They're addicted to it, and we're addicted to it too. Okay, I mean, not some of us, but a lot of people are addicted to their phones. As soon as that ring go off, they checking the text, or they're texting while they're driving, endangering their lives and somebody else's life. Okay. And these people that designed this stuff, they designed it on purpose to be like this, okay? And when you have these phones, all it is a surveillance tool. Yes, right. Because they know where you're at all times. Right. Your text messages, all of that is recorded. Your emails, everything. Right. And the reason for that is so that if they need to blackmail you later on, if you start speaking out against this system, they have all your information.
Yes, sir. Can I say something?
Go ahead, sister.
My husband I was married to, he had a phone, and they took all his daddies. They took everything off. His daddy, he couldn't even work the phone no more, because they take the ones that invented it is the ones that take charge of it. And when they check, because my phone go off, I call the sister, then all of a sudden I call my daughter, and then the sister come back on the phone, and it's working automatic, working on it. It's just, I can see what they're doing.
Well, the thing is this. They said before that they could record your conversations, yes, right?
Yes.
And they said one way to stop them from doing that was to take the battery out your phone. But then what did they start doing?
Apple's iPhone.
Right. They started making the phone so that you couldn't do what? Take the battery out. Okay? So this is a game, y'all. We don't really see what's going on. Privacy is dead. We don't have any privacy anymore. All right? But now, check this out. Because I want you to see this next thing. Anybody know anybody used to watch the old vampire movies? All right. What did they say? What did they say about the vampire in terms of them coming into your home?
Until you invite them in.
Oh, there you go. You got it, sister. Can't come into your house until you let them in. But now think about it. How these devices and this TV and all of this stuff is like a vampire. It's coming in and it's sucking the morals and values out of your home. Okay?
With the covering, I cover my TV. I don't even have the TV. I cover the TV so they won't be looking because they're looking at you in your
Oh yeah, they can actually. And people don't believe that.
Yes, sir.
They can actually watch you in your home
Yes, sir.
and listen to your conversations. You know, and this stuff that I'm saying to you, I'm not just talking off the top of my head. I can show it to you. Okay? But they can listen to your conversations. Okay? But now watch. Here's the thing about the vampire. And just compare that to what's going on with us. Okay?
Let us all begin. The first step on how to protect yourself from a vampire. Your far best protection is never invite a vampire into your house. A vampire cannot enter a house without being invited by the rightful owner.
And that's what this is. It's this is exactly what's going on. We've invited these vampires, these devices, these things that's corrupting the morals of our children. Okay? And we're allowing it into our homes.
Shaitan can't enter your home if you said Bismillah or said Surah Al-Baqarah. And when you don't say Bismillah going in the house or Salam in the house, he says, I got a place to stay tonight. And when you don't say Bismillah to your food, he said, I got a thing to eat tonight. So then he's got a place to stay and a place to eat.
Right.
You say Surah Al-Baqarah and let him kick to his heels.
And another place he has to stay is in your mind.
Yeah.
Because it's what you consume. You are what you eat.
Our men, if they're not calling the adhan in our house, when Shaitan hears the adhan, he kicks to his heels, farts, and runs out. So you can't, you have men who can call the adhan within their own home.
Right.
And they should continue to do it. Safeguard us.
Right. But see, the thing is, when you bring these things into your home, you're inviting the outside world into your home.
Yes, right.
Into your home.
But the thing about it is, I have prayer on the outside of my door, I have prayer on the inside of my door. Bismillah in, me in my bathroom, I have prayers.
Right.
Bismillah, I have my Father, I feel on the wall. Nobody in my district. That's my asylum. Nobody come in my asylum.
Right. Nobody disrupts your peace.
And I tell them when they outside, they all in front of my door. But y'all please get away from my door with all your foolishness. And I say what I have to say to them, and they can stay right away from me.
Right. Right. But now, let me show you this piece real quick. Here's another quote, and this is from John F. Kennedy. And John F. Kennedy says, a child miseducated is a child lost. And that's what our kids are, this is what's happening to them in these schools. Because they're not getting nothing but miseducation. Okay? The school isn't really trying to educate your child. It's trying to indoctrinate them. Indoctrinate them into the system. Okay? Because the thing is, the main thing that they focus on is reading and math. But at the expense of what? Social studies and science. Science, you learn how to critically think and analyze. Right? Social studies, you learn your history. You learn about the Constitution. You know your rights. These things are being stripped from them. All right? So, because they're not learning it.
That's why we need our own schools. We need our own schools. Just Clap Muhammad School to bring our children out of these streets. Because Satan already, if he can't get us, he get our children. He got our children. And so we have to say Bismillah all the time over our children. Got to protect all our humanity. We got to actually protect us all going.
It's that prayer and it's that action.
Yes, sir.
It's the prayer and the action hand in hand. Go ahead, sister.
I have a question. It's interesting that this topic, Allah had a reason for me being here.
Alhamdulillah.
Because in the school, I also find that there, when I talk about, like, on a personal level about things that are going on with my grandchildren, the thing that they're always advocating is medication.
Okay.
Let's medicate.
Oh, that was a trick too. That's not even real.
That's a trick.
You know what I'm saying? The principle of this
it's funny that you say that. One of the medications is Ritalin.
Yes, it is.
All right? And this is what people don't, this is what a lot of people don't know. Ritalin contains, all right, well, let me do this first. What is the main ingredient of rat poison?
Excuse me?
The main ingredient of rat poison.
Cyanide is rat poison.
Is that, somebody said cyanide? Not cyanide. A lot of people always say cyanide.
Arsenic.
No. Main ingredient of rat poison is fluoride. Fluoride. And I want you to think about this. When you go home, when you go home tonight, look on the back of your toothpaste. Okay. Now, all right. So those people that use fluoride toothpaste, look on the back of your toothpaste and look at what it says. It says, warning, don't swallow more than a pea-sized amount. If you do, contact what? A poison control center. All right? Now, another thing. They say that Harvard did a study on fluoride, and they found out that it lowers people's IQ. So then you think about it. Well, dag, why do they fluoridate the water then? All right, because they put fluoride in our water. So your skin is the biggest organ on your body. So when you get in that shower, it's going in you that way too. Your body's consuming it that way too. Hitler, and this is why learning history is so important. Hitler used to fluoridate the water for his people because he wanted to make them more docile. All right? You can look this stuff up. All right? But now, Ritalin also contains fluoride. Okay? The thing is, and this is what I've learned, our kids are crying out for discipline. They want to be disciplined. Okay? They want to have boundaries set for them. All right? And the thing is that I had a child, they told me I was going to be getting this new student and that, you know, he was going to be off his medication, so he was going to really be something else. But when he came into my room, the environment that I set up and the structures, you know, and the consequences for his actions, he was fine. But nothing wrong with it without that medication. Okay? So it's a game. All right? Right. And you don't know what's in those medications. Right? Okay. Go ahead. Somebody else wants to say something?
And we have to understand we're giving our children that because we selling our children out because now we getting a social security check.
Yep.
We getting a social security check.
Yep.
We now selling our children's soul to get a check.
So, but you got to think about it too. You got to think about the cycle that's been created. All right. You have people that are not following the laws of God. Right. Just like Sister Till was talking about the 10 Commandments. One of those 10 Commandments is not to what? Fornicate. Right? So now we have the children out here fornicating and producing these babies. Right? Children having children. They don't have any parenting skills. Okay? A lot of them don't have any parenting skills and they keep that cycle going. Okay? Because you learn your parenting, a lot of us learn our parenting from our own parents. What we've seen from them. Because children do what they see. Right? But now watch. I want you to see this. All right, let me take this off. And as a matter of fact, that's what I want to show you now.
This invitation.
This is that message.
It looks like rain again today. Dark clouds gather and fill the sky. Don't know how to talk to you, just know how to say goodbye.
Have you actually got a driver's license? Go back where you came from. Go back where you came from.
about it. When a child comes into this world, they're pure, they're innocent sleep, right? They learn this world from us and their environment. And that's why they set up these environments to destroy our children. Okay? Because if you go into North Philly, let's say in the neighborhood, and then you go out up in the suburbs, you see a big difference in terms of what's allowed. Okay? They could stop this drug thing if they wanted to, but they don't want to. Okay?
They wanted to, see, it was meant for our children to get on the drugs. But see, they plotting and planning what they were going to do to our children, and it's affecting theirs now. Theirs out there on crack, and our children got mental problems.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They mess with our children's mind.
Well, you got to also think about COINTELPRO. All right? Does anybody know what COINTELPRO was? That was the plan during the 60s and 70s where they were infiltrating black groups at that time. All right? So, who were they looking at that time? They were looking at Elijah Muhammad, the Black Panthers, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Stokely Carmichael, right? Now, what they had to do was they had to release their information, their documents, because of the Public Freedom Act. I'm trying to think of
Freedom
of Information Act, right? And what happened was, in that document, when you got to see that document, you saw what was really going on. They said in that document, and this is what the FBI said, that they said they were trying to prevent the rise of a black messiah. Right? Right. They were trying to prevent the rise of a black messiah, so they infiltrated these groups. And look what they did. Malcolm X, they were definitely afraid of. So what did they do? They killed him. Right? Elijah Muhammad, they said, oh, we're not worried about him because he's too old. Right? Stokely Carmichael, they said he had potential. But the thing that they said about King is interesting. They said, we're not worried about King as long as he's following our agenda. Okay? And when he went against their agenda, what did they do? They killed him. Okay? So, all that's going on right now is the story of Moses again.
Yes, right.
Right? What happened when Pharaoh got a wind that a savior was coming? What did he start doing? Murder?
All the boys.
Right.
Yeah, all the sons.
Right. So now they're saying, okay, they know something that we don't know. So they're trying to destroy our children because they don't want what they know that's coming. They're trying to prevent that from happening. Okay? But now watch. Let me show you this.
And you know what they used to do, sir, too? When I was coming up as a little girl, they used to have them pins. The nurses used to have the pins in the hats.
Mm-hmm.
The nurses, the pins would stick in the mold of the baby. That pin. They used to wear them hats, the white hats, the nurses.
Right.
And they had the pins in the back, the long pin, and they used to stick it in the mold of the babies. So when I was coming up, I'm in my 70s. See, I already seen the thing they were doing at that time.
Yeah.
I had doctors outside. They would walk in our communities, the doctors with their bags, and they used to be here on horsey wagons, and they used to come get the body parts of the body of our people in the communities.
Well, one thing that